So acupuncture is basically is the kind of the energy which is circulating in our body.
Hi all, we are live with When India. A very warm welcome and namaste. When India is an Bangalore based NGO, but our members are from all over India and we are celebrating Women's History Month and Happy Women's Day. Welcome to Talk Show. I am Sejal Raja, founder of Foodies Delight and co founder of When India, state president of WICSI, Learning Council and Development. Second co-founder is Vandita Tiwari, founder of Coco Wing, and she is the ambassador of WIDO. When India is a women empowerment network, India supports and motivates women through networking, uplifts spirits of entrepreneurship among women through various events, supports women to take their business to new horizons. When encourage participation in exhibition, seminars, and self-help sessions. चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. Today we have a dynamic, beautiful, and successful entrepreneur. We are glad she took time and she is here, Anjum Bilal. She is a research scientist with a decade experience at different companies and MNCs like Samiullah and Symbiotic. She is enthusiastic lady inspiring fellow women for self-stand. She believes in giving back to the society. She has a passion for community-oriented work. She is also part of women welfare's organization like When India, Connecting Smile Foundation, Vicky. She is a moderator of this show too. Jo will take over from here.
Yeah. Hi, Sejal. Hi, thank you
Hi.
so much. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be on the show. Uh, so hope you're doing good. Thank you for this opportunity, and even you're also doing a great work through this When India. You and Vadita are an example for all of us to support women empowerment. And today we are here with the new topic of acupuncture. So,
Yes. It's an
shall I go
interesting
ahead with
topic.
the yeah, it's really very interesting topic, and I'm sure people who are watching it will have a great time to know about this acupuncture. So, shall I go ahead with the introduction of the host today? So,
Yes.
the today the acupuncture will be addressed by a professor by name Professor Samiullah. He is renowned acupuncturist of South India. He has done his PhD in acupuncture and has completed his post-graduation in advanced acupuncture from Tianjin Medical University, China. He is also the founder of Karnataka Acupuncture Association and he is the chairman of the Federation of Acupuncture System of Therapy Board, Bangalore. He is the first person in India to prepare acupuncture syllabi for therapy programs on bachelor's and master's of acupuncture training programs. He is the author of many acupuncture books like The Art of Classical Acupuncture and The Art of Clinical Acupuncture. Along with this, we can also see that he has advised about the acupuncture in many countries. He has addressed regarding this acupuncture in many countries like Singapore, Sri Lanka, New Delhi, China, and Mexico. And he has organized many national and international conferences too. He is a rewardee of the Best Humanitarian Award 2021 from American University for Global Peace, USA. He has also received the Acupuncture Ratna Award and he has been recognized as a best South India acupuncturist. He has got that award from Atma, and he has got excellence award too. He is very down to earth person. He is gem of person. Today he will enlighten us with the real world of this acupuncture and how it plays a very important role in the women's life. So I take this opportunity. Even I am very proud to tell that I have done this course, acupuncture course, under him. He being my professor, I really had a great time with him to learn more about acupuncture and even the simple way of living the life. You know, so he's really a good person, and will just move towards him. Hello, sir. Good evening. Welcome to the
Hi,
live show, sir.
sir. Welcome.
Yeah. Good evening to all of you. Very pleasantable to see all of you as a women empowerment and women day. So we all are very fortunate, and when India is doing the great job to empowerment of the women. But in fact, honestly, I wanted to tell you the government of the Department of the Women and Child Care. to be taken care this kind of the activities that to be taken by the when India. So all the women are very fortunate, right? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much. Welcome. Thank you, Anju.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sejal.
Thank you,
Correct.
Anju.
Yeah.
Sir, you can share your PPT here.
Yes, no problem.
We are live.
Yes, we are doing.
Can acupuncture be given to the children too, sir?
Yes, definitely. At the age of 1 year to, at the age of 100 years of the old person, acupuncture can be given, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is.
yes. Tell about something about acupuncture, sir.
Yes. So we are. By the way, acupuncture is the drugless and ancient traditional method of the treatment. In generally, when we look at about the history of acupuncture, it is around 8,000 years ago originated, because when we study about the book called as a the Yellow Emperor Classic of the Internal Medicine, the world's first book that's called as a the Chinese medicine book, right? So in this book has been derived so many methods which called as a acupuncture, acupressure, massage, cupping, moxibustion, using the herbs to the internally and externally. So acupuncture is basically is the kind of the energy which is circulating in our body. So that energy get retention or stagnation or excess or deficiency in our internal organs, which leads to the illness. When these energies are absolutely normal in our body, that to be considered as a healthy state. Right. So now this acupuncture or acupressure based on the alternative and traditional medicines. In fact, this is normally we don't provide any kind of the medicine to the patient. That is the key, right? So because of when we look at about the pathways in our internal organs are existing, so that pathways we call as a meridians or channels where the energy flows in that particular meridian to reach to the internal organs. So if when I'll give you an example for the energy meridians, that to be called as a when there is the electricity is there, there is a bulb is there. In that bulb we cut and open, then we can find the electricity. No, right. At the same time, we cut and open the computer. Could we find the cyberspace? No, but it is existing, right? In that way, the energy also in our body is existing. So that energy is called as a chi in Chinese, which is from the birth to till death, the energy is flowing in our body. So when we understand about the pathology, about the diseases in the body, we find out through the pulse diagnosis and various diagnoses to understand about the diseases, right? If that this disease is existing, then we treat by using certain points which is existing on the surface of the body to promote the energy for the overall wellness and well-being of the person, right? So share the ppt. Right. So now there is a PPTs here. The women are the nourishing power of the universe, right? The whoever has deep respect for the women of the world will remain the free from diseases. So this is not my word. This is the Amit Rai words. So in fact, this I wanted to give you a small explanation why the woman gets the diseases. There is a reason also sometimes is the men is the reason to cause the woman getting the sickness and vice versa, because of to understand each other about the family or the partner or the mother or sisters or our whole universe. Women to understand, give the great respect to each other, that pleasantable feeling always bring the happiness to the brain system, creating the certain hormones it secretes, those called as a dopamine and serotonin. So that's called as a love hormone and happy hormones. So once hormones get releases, then you feel well-being and happiness. So sometimes we hug each other when we have the enemies or something, or we have the break of the some relationship, we hug each other with the love and affection that creates certain hormones that's called as a happiness and free from the illness sometimes. Next slide. So value of the women welfare, because I very quickly, I am audible to all of you, right?
Yes,
Value
sir.
of the yeah, value of the women welfare. Of course, the family itself is the major role to every woman. Social empowerment of the woman and economic empowerment of the woman. Next. So why women welfare is important? Institutional service and providing them education. But I will come this topic later, and please you just move to next slide, please. So how we can develop the institutional level, that also we will discuss. The objectives of the women welfare is the basic health provision, provide the medical and free for the service for the citizens, and protects the women and the children rights and institutional development. The sectors are for the preliminary health and family planning and preliminary education, training and micro or the small amount of the loans to be provided to the women in order to develop their own. Next, please. Now we would like to know about this. I told you already about there are the very hair like needles or stainless steel needles are piercing on the surface of the skin, right, to the muscles and ligaments and bones at specific points, right. So here is normally as a very mild pain patient can feel that kind of the pain is always is good to free flow of the energy like heaviness, numbness, tingling, small amount of the pain. So that means their acupuncture is functioning in our body. Next slide, please. Acupuncture role in the relieving pain, right. So the majorly the people recognize the acupuncture is releases used for the major conditions of the pain, but once we insert the needle it stimulates to our central nervous system brain. It releases certain chemical substances that's called as a neuropeptides and hormones called as a natural painkiller, we call as a endorphin, enkephalin, monoamines, right, and cortisol. These and all will release us in the body after the acupuncture. There, the pain will be released in the form of naturally. How the Western pills to be taken as an analgesic tablet. So, in that way, this acupuncture also works permanently. Patient can feel a kind of the relief for the various conditions of the pain. So now we look at about the endocrine glands, because we are talking about the female diseases. Before that, we would like to know about the there are the glands, seven are existing in our body. Those glands are pituitary gland and pineal gland, thyroid gland, pancreas, adrenal gland, and ovaries. So all are connected to our bodily function. When we look at about the overall health, so for that governing, because of the major gland which is located on the head region, so that gland is communicating and controlling to all the body functions through the respective other glands by giving the information. So that gland is located on the head region, but when there is a point is located here, nearly it is the 2 inches above from the midway of the eyebrow. Here the point is located. So that point is generally indicating to treat for the elevation of the pituitary gland. So pituitary gland is the most important gland. So that's for the growth and development and also the female related conditions. So which can be regulated by the pituitary gland. Obviously, it is required for the both the genders. So when we look at about the pineal gland that is located on the head region, that also very crucial for the memory and then sleep conditions. If the people who doesn't sleep precisely, that causing because of the pineal gland is not functioning precisely. So we all know thyroid gland today out of one out of five girl or women are suffering for the thyroid gland. So nationally, so this is main reason is lifestyle disorders which is located on the throat. Right, this the iodine deficiency causing the problem, or maybe thyroxine, triiodothyronine are the hormones which is essential to secrete in the body. So that is essential to regulate our thyroid, hormones. If this get changes, so many hormonal imbalances will get the sleeplessness, or maybe the cold intolerance, and many more indications like headache, fatigueness, lethargy, vertigo, etc. So pancreas is a major role to regulate our diabetes insulin secretion to be taken place by the beta cells of the pancreas, that to be taken place through the pancreas. All the diabetes male or female patients and who are suffering for this, that means insufficient secretion of the insulin through the pancreas, which leads to that problem. But however, you understand the pancreas, why is it not functioning precisely? That major reason is the abdominal system. The major reason is the food metabolism is not precisely taken place. That could be the reason to cause the problem. So make sure the food metabolism and maintaining the body mass index and regulation of the health by keeping the weight under the normal level, which is most essential to regulate that. So adrenal gland, of course, this also very crucial to regulate for the overall health, because this gland is located the above the superior of the kidneys, which is located on the back of our backside of our the above the hip region. So this gland is secretion of the hormones which is essential for the natural corticosteroids. Right, if the sometimes we understand medicine, we take the Visalone, prednisolone medications. Those medicines are synthetic corticosteroids, but adrenal gland is the major role to release the steroids in our body in the natural form. Right. So when we look at about the ovaries, of course, today when we understand about there is the major problem connected to the PCOS or PCOD related problem, where there is the cyst will develop in the ovaries, because the major physiology of the ovary is the production of the ova is nothing but is the egg at the time of the ovulation. If these ovaries are precisely normal, then there is the possibility for getting the conceiveness and fertility to be taken place, and regulation of the menstruation, and lot of the pre and post menstruation and menopause, all are pre and post and menopause all are connected to the ovaries. Right, how the estrogen and progesterone level and testosterone, small amount of the testosterone level releases through the ovaries, that's very much crucial. Right, please you just move on to the next. So hormones is nothing but is the chemical substances released by these glands. So which is most essential when we look at about the each and every gland is the very important to regulate our body functions, because these glands are releases the chemical substances which directly entering to the bloodstream. So once it enters to the bloodstream, that directly communicating to all the internal organs in our body, including the muscle and skin and tissues. So directly it goes to the blood, and through the blood it communicating to the organs. So therefore hormones, we says for the female in generally, the hormone imbalance is there. So what could be the reason? Because of those glands are not precisely functioning, which could be the reason to cause the problem. So therefore hormones is very much essential to all the glands to secrete timely with the male and then female as well. So if this doesn't secrete, then again it leads to the endocrinology diseases. So one among them, the PCOS problem, or the thyroid related issues, or the diabetes mellitus, or the growth and development disorders, or sometimes is the genetically related diseases. Right, therefore the why, what could be the reason the hormones are not secreted precisely, you understand before stepping into the disease. Try to understand the reason could be. Right, so what we are making a mistake by living style and habits and spiritual, so many things are incorporated here. We all wanted to keep healthy balancing state, Despite of that, sometimes it may causes the hormones imbalance, and sometimes with reason, without unknown reason as well. But still, how we wanted to regulate, that's very important key. I'll try to give you some information is the sitting in your own place, how to regulate the hormones. And before end of this section, you will going to learn and how all the seven endocrine glands can be regulated in the super simple way, that by activating the certain points in our body. Right? Thank you. Next. So now when we look at about the chakras, there are the seven chakras and endocrine system are connected in our body. As per the yogic principles, when we look at about that 72,000 nadis are existing, and also 114 chakras are there. Among them, the got the compression way, there are the seven chakras has been incorporated. So that means is the where the chakras gets the disalignment in our body, how the endocrine glands are existing precisely in that particular place. In the similar way, the chakras also existing in the particular place, but chakras are existing precisely on our spine. So rather than showing on the spine, we wanted to execute you to understand where exactly is located. So one chakra we call as a, when we understand about the crown chakra we call as a Sahasrara chakra. Right, that chakra is located on the top of the vertex of the head region. So where the cosmic energies enter to the brain system, when that chakras get stagnated or blocked, then definitely the cosmic energy get the retention that comes to the mind, and that will not enter to your brain system, which causes the mental confusion, which causes the various illnesses, etc. Right? If the crown chakra is abundantly good, and there is the third eye chakra, that's the Agna chakra, is good, then you understand the whole the pituitary gland and then pineal gland you are activating. If the person have the mental confusion or the schizophrenia or any kind of the hysteria or mental related diseases, kind of the cluster headache and so on, insomnia, all are connected to this. When you just apply certain points, when you look at about the chakras and the same points you just activate by using the finger, that will be really awesome. So that regulate your overall central nervous system. Because when we study about the various acupuncture connected to the head, so that also indicating the same. So when we see about activate some of the points here, that regulates to the endocrine system, especially the pituitary gland. So in that way, this activating to the cerebrum and the cerebellum as well. Right? So therefore, these are the two crucial important. So the third one is the which we call as a throat chakra or Vishuddha chakra. So that is connected to the thyroid gland. When this chakra get alignments, get changes, definitely that causes the problem. I think few of the acupuncture practitioners are also sitting, I believe. So for them, I'll try to connect you each and every chakra and each and every acupuncture point. How the acupuncture point is connected to the chakra is that this one chakra to regulate that, and there are the 2 points. One is the front point and second point. For example, when we see about the point is the third eye chakra, the intong point, and then you just connect to the Yaman point, what we call as a DU15 point. Right? When we connect to the throat, that is Ren 22, Tiantu point. You connect this point where below to the thyroid Adam's apple, and then connect to the Dashui DU14 point. So both are communicating and regulating to the thyroid gland. In that way, I'll try to explain you, but here as a woman empowerment, but I'll try to give you is a very small information. And also you look at about the heart chakra. So that chakra is generally which is communicating to the thymus gland. Right? So thymus gland is the gland which is connected to the our body at the age of from the birth to till the 14th age. the person is, this thymus is the very, very crucial only for the children, especially less than 15 years old. Now you understand, if the children is not developing precisely, when there is a problem of the mental clarity is not there, development is not there, growth is not there, when we understand about the, the children cerebral palsy child is there, or some of the childs are we called as a, you know there are the numerous mental related issues, or the growth is not there, the thymus is very crucial. So once we activate to the thymus gland, so for the development of the children, because of the short height and the long height also not increasing, that is connected to the thymus gland and pituitary gland. So therefore the heart chakra gets stagnation. When we look at about the solar plexus chakra, that is related and connected to the stomach and spleen and pancreas. Right, when the pancreas need to regulate for the diabetes patient, where the solar plexus chakra get disalignment. Right, so therefore what in the beginning I told you, the most crucial for the pancreas is always keep it the proper digestion. For the women, I wanted to tell you, for the youth and girls and women, but here is the abdominal system precisely. Make sure that are you getting the hungry. If you are famished, getting the hungry precisely all the 3 times, so that means your abdominal system is healthy. Either it is too hungry or there is no hungry. Hungry is the God gift to all of us, and who are not getting the hungry, not angry, hungry. So that means definitely, that means there is some illnesses started. So diabetes it causes before that, when the people who are consuming the lot of pills and tablets to get the digestion, that could be the origin to cause slowly for the diabetes. Make sure that people says मुझे भूख नहीं लग रही है, तो फिर गैस की पिल्स खा लीजिए, फिर आप खाना खा लीजिए. So this is the wrong practice the people are creating. So this in fact is honestly not good. And if you don't get the hungry, then please wait, don't have the food for a time or 2 times or a day. Definitely whatever toxinated accumulated later period, you feel the hungry. So you feel hungry, definitely that's the time the food is required. Still you have the retention, take the enema, or the basti. That water basti always is good to cleanse your abdominal system, especially the colon as well, to regulate your pancreas as well. So when we look at about the sacral chakra, that's called as the adrenal glands. So that is supporting to the pelvic girdle. Anything there is the below the navel, the woman's having the problem, says that I do have the back pain. So what could be the reason? Most of the women having the problem of the lower back pain, that majorly as per the traditional medicine. And it says that when the pelvic girdle, that pelvic geo or pelvic organs, or the ovaries or the uterus or the fallopian structurals, these and all having the low energy. So that could be the reason. There are the numerous reasons, but generally the people who are getting the back pain, then you understand, not the back problem you are facing the pain, because of your uterus having the deficiency, low energy, which leads to causing the back pain. So therefore strengthen to the lower abdomen, strengthen to the lower muscles, that will be regulating to your back. Of course there are the certain postures also very crucial to maintain. There is the root chakra, which we call as a Muladhara chakra. So that's called as a reproductive glands, especially the below the sacral chakra, where we called all the structural organs, or the paravertebral orbs called as a uterus, no fallopian tubes, all are connected to the reproductive system. Right. If this Muladhara or the anal region or the colon gets a deficiency, because of the colon and then pelvic organs are very close to each other, right, in front of that the rectum is located. So that's the reason it is very, very important to regulate the intestines and then uterus. Both should be work precisely to regulate the reproductive system, right. So this I will try to tell you how to regulate this by using certain points. So now this is the most important for the women gynecological department. So about the menstruation, conception, pregnancy, manpower, then imbalances and prevention. So now here I wanted to highlight you something. There is a woman versus the men, right? So here I wanted to tell you 7 years cycle for the girl and women, whereas in 8 year cycle for the men. So now let me talk only for the women here. At the age of 7 years, the teeth will become strong to the child. So whatever teeth are there, so that will fall down. Later it develop at the age of 7 years. At the age of 14 years, she is entering for the menarche, right? That means the puberty starts at the age of 14 years. If the 14 years, yeah, at the later period, at the age of 21 years, so there are the 7 years period is very, very, very crucial to each and every girl. So this is actually the youth. It is very much essential that whatever the you are entering, that means at the age of 14 years you are entering, you will become the mother, but you should not become the mother very soon, because the traditional medicine says at the age of 14 to 21 years is the crucial to develop the all the sexual organs and to develop all the internal organs in the form of the uterus, and also all the reproductive system to become very strong. So if does a mistake, something is so many mistakes today the girls and doing, so sometimes which leads to the future, there is some kind of the illnesses related to the reproductive system, but I don't want to tell you very openly here. So again, you just come down at the age of 21 to 28 years. This 7 years period is the right period to get the fertilization. Remember, this is the key. Due to that reason, the government of India has been told that so before 21 years is not recommended to get the marriage. Right. After that, it is possible. But make sure at the age of 21 to 28 years, but before that to get the marriage, and it is essential to get the fertilization. Right. So at the age of, because of that particular time having the very strong essence, which we call as a strong ovum, the egg production, everything should be qualified. So but before 21 years, that the process slowly it is developing, that particular period 7 years for the development, at the age of 21 to 28 for the fertilization. So next, after 28 years and 35 years, of course the fertility can be possible, definitely, but the urja we call as the energy, the essence is slightly lesser than the normal. But however, no doubt, in Rajasthan, 70 years woman got the child. That is the different story. That is fortunate sometimes. But here is at the age of 35 to 42 years, there is the fatal. We need to stop that. Right? You look at today's scenario, the people, most of the women at the age of 40, 40, 42, 43 years, they will enter into the menopause because of so many situations. But however, we need not to continue that at the age of 45, 49 we wanted to be child, but the child make sure. And people who are getting the late marriages, they understand, yes, let's still lot of time is there, I wanted to withstand on my legs. So due to that reason, I have the family issues, I have the family sisters and brothers, so on. So we are taking the lot of time. So in fact, that also not very much crucial, but because of everything there is a time. So that time comes, the things to be happen precisely. That's what this traditional medicine says. So menopause starts 49, because of 42 plus 7, 49 years. There is the time for the menopause. You understand, before that pre-menopause it happened. That means because of the insufficient blood is there within the body, which leads to the pre-menopause. Right. At the age of after 49 years to 56 years. So definitely this is the time. This is the time is the where the older adult. So you look at here at the age of 35 years is the peak. The maximum energy for the woman, 35 years. If the God has written you that the age should be 70 years or above the 70 years, that is a bonus, right? But even for the adult is older adult, 56 plus 7, 63 years is the maximum age for the woman, right? After that, we are living on this planet, then you understand that God has given the bonus to all of us, right? So now I'm making you to understand something connected to the traditional medicine and which is correlated to the acupuncture and the women health. Women more are in spleen, liver, kidney and heart, and there are the certain meridians having the more essence, and uterus is the king of the organs in the uterus, right, in the reproductive system. For the men is Tantian. So for the men is, there is a point called, can you go back, please? Can you? Yes. See, now at the age of 12 to 15 years, monarch should start to the each girl. If it happened before 12 years, that reason is spleen having the deficiency, right? After the 14 years, they are not getting the, monarch. That could be the reason is kidney is the deficiency. Please, you just, it's not mean that kidneys are weak or kidneys are failure. That words are different. The energy, the kidney energy having the deficiency. Please move on to the next slide. Let me see. So normal menses is at the age of 26 to 32, 26 days to 32 days. The cycle is 5 to 7 days. So blood is darker at first, the deep red, lighter at the end, without clots, no PMS, pre-menstruation symptoms, that to be called as a normal cycle, right? So then there is a menopause at 42 to 56 years old. Early menopause causes because of the blood is deficiency within them. The later menopause because of the kidney is the deficiency. Please. So now we understand about the spleen produces the blood, keeps the uterus in place. Liver moves the chi and stores the blood for the menses. You understand when the woman having the problem connected to the menstruation related issues, then you understand the spleen is the major role to control the bleeding if the excess is passing. When the bleeding is not happen, that could be the reason the liver is not supporting to the uterus precisely, not supplying to the uterus, which could be the reason to cause the irregular menstruation. Next. Kidney stores the essence and the heart is the blood circulation for the menses fluid, right? Kidney also important role and heart also important role for the circulation for the menses because of the blood circulation to be taken place. Blood is supplied by the liver to the uterus, but whereas in heart is essential to circulation through the arteries, right? So various arteries which we call as the pudendal arteries, which supplies to the uterine muscles and uterus. Right, next. When the stomach connect to the uterus via the Chang meridian and also for the breastfeeding. So what is important? If there is says the breastfeeding is not happening, you understand where you are not nourishing your stomach precisely, which could be the reason where you are not getting the enough milk. So therefore the people says I am not getting the milk, I don't want to give to my child, I wanted to stop at in the month of third month itself. This is the blunder mistake doing by the woman, but this should not be done, which is my understanding is always is recommended minimum at least 2 years the mother feed to be given to the child. If you are not obtaining the same, then there are the gynecologists are there, definitely you can reach them, they have the certain solutions to regulate and promote your increase of the oxytocin level, that will release us the milk secretion through the breast. That always is this not only good for your child, but at the same time it's a good for your mother, especially for the woman, because today what we are getting, the Birett's diseases, Birett's 1 2 3 4, or something like the connected to the lumps and cyst inside the breast. So what could be the reason? Because it is essential to secrete more milk, so to the child, even you can avoid for the breast cancers as well. Next, please. So there is a meridian called as a Ren meridian. You look at the image here. So there is the one image is located in front of the body. The whole meridian, there are the points are located, Bindu. So those are 24 points are located on the Ren meridian. The name itself is the conceptional vessel meridian. It controls the hormones and regulate the uterus and vagina. Right, to regulate all this, we need not to apply the points on that. In this region, we have shown the one image. That image is LU7. If you applied this, the LU7 point on the right side, that you are regulating to you are regulating to the conceptional vessel. That means irregular menstruation or anything related to your pelvic organs. Definitely this, the front side of the body problems can be regulated by activating the single point, that point called as a LU7. You wanted to know precisely where is the location, you just this LU7 acupuncture point, you just put it on the Google. Definitely you will get the right location. Next. So Dumai meridian, that is the sea of the all the young organs, control the Ming Men fire to keep the uterus warm and conceptional possible. So now you look at about the front side, we have seen in the similar way, there is a back of, there is one meridian called as a governing vessel meridian or the Dumai meridian. So this meridian is also regulating to the uterus, right? So therefore there is a point. Next slide. So that point is called as a small intestine 3. Next. So small intestine 3, the point is located on the small finger. So that SI3 point, you just check out in the Google, you can find that point LU7 and then SI3, and this point is called as a spleen 4, that is the sea of the blood that control the menses. When the people says when having the excess blood is stored in the liver system, so that time it is nourishing more to the uterus, and where the endometrium thickness is getting changes, so that time it causes the excessive flow. So that flow to be regulated and controlled by using the single point, that point to be called as a spleen 4 at the base of the first metatarsal bone in the depression. Right, this point also really good to control. There are the another point also is there to control the bleeding, that I will try to show you in the PPT. Next, please. So now you look at about the Dai Mai meridian. The woman is getting the binds of all the meridians, keep the uterus in place. It controls the external genitalia by using the point called as a gallbladder 14. So gallbladder 14 is located on this point, and one more point also it binds that point to be called as a gallbladder 41. I think by mistake here gallbladder 14, but that point is called as a gallbladder 41. GB 41 point is always is good to regulate the all the uterine conditions, and to binds the all the meridians, keep the uterus in the precisely in place. The some of the you can see the old at the age of 30-40 years, there are the 2-3 children happen, that time the uterine get prolapses, that means it gets descending direction, that causes the problem. To keep that uterus precisely in that particular position, we can use the gallbladder 41 point, and also there is a spleen 4 point. Both are good to keep their organs precisely on their particular position. Next. Now periods color, when we look at about the bright red is there, that indicating the blood is very heat, right? The light red is there, the purple red, yeah, bright red is there, that indicating the blood is heat. The light red color is there because of that is the cold heat. It's not that that is something is connected to that, but purple blood is related to the blood stasis, that is the stagnation of the blood, which causing the purple blood during the menstruation. If there is a watery is there, bleeding watery it's happening, that means is the yang is deficiency which causing the problem. Next, please. So the consistency, when we understand about the dark large clots are there happening, that because of the blood is retention, stagnation of the blood, due to that reason it's not flowing, it's a dark large clots are happening. When there is a stringy clots because of the dampness or the coldness or the phlegm retention, then there is a first day, there is a worst day for the all most of the girls or the women. It causes the pain because of the blood is stasis, that is the retention, right? Pain during the ovulation because of the cyst or fibroid, that is happening because of the at the age of 14, at the age of the at the 14th day of the ovulation, the patient feel the pain either right or left. Then you understand, if there is a right side is the pain, that right ovary is taking care of the ovulation on this particular month, right? If there is the too much pain is there during the ovulation period, so that cyst or fibroid is accumulated. The difference between the cyst and fibroid, cyst is nothing but is the watery fluid, whereas in fibroid is kind of the tumor, right? So ovulation, dampness and phlegm, if the ovulation is happening because of, if the cyst and fibroid is there, the phlegm and the dampness is excessiveness in the body, especially in the uterus, which leads to that problem. Next, please. So there is a vaginal discharge which we call as a leukorrhea. Leukorrhea or the something is connected to that. There is a white color is there, that cold and damp cold. Excessive cold is there. Normally the white color, there is no bad odor, so that indicates that's the normal. Normally the white discharge should not be taken place, vaginal discharge, but however there is a white color is happening, the cold is excessiveness. If there is a yellow discharge is there because of the excessive heat is there, whatever you had consumed the heat products, make sure that to be neutralize that. The green color is there, that heat in the liver which causing the white discharge. Whereas a watery is there, that reason is that also coldness, excessiveness. Sticky is there, the damp heat is excessiveness. When the smell, there is no smell, that means it indicating is the cold. The strong odor is there, so that because of the excessive heat. Next, please. So holistic approach is it observes the person and his environment and their lifestyle, their postures, understand the case of the health, cause of the health, to bring back the good health and well-being, right? So because of you just understand, doctor will going to treat you if you are getting the problem to the doctors, right? This is not the solution. Make sure all the, including myself and every living person on the earth, right? It's essential. Understand, before getting the disease, try to go back and see that what could be the reason to cause the problem. You analyze that, you will get the answer. Change that, inhibit that, prohibit that. Definitely there is an answer. Then you are coming there, towards the doctor. Definitely he analyze that and he will treat. So 50% of the treatment is there with patient themselves, and the 50% doctors can be treatable. For that, the environment is very important, the way of we are living, lifestyle, and of course there are the postures. The people are sitting in the different condition. Today is the competitive lifestyle, and the women are sitting at home, work from home. They are lying positions and sleeping on the bed and placing the laptops or phones, so on. It causes the various illnesses. Understand the cause of the health to bring back the good health and well-being. Next. So prescription for the gynecological problems. So during the menses, to move the blood, if there is a menstruation having the deficiency, there is some problems in the menstruation, definitely to move the blood to the liver, because of the liver is not precisely storing the blood, because of you are not taking the enough quality of the food. You understand, women or youth, so they are take because of better than men is, there is no discharge, whereas in here women is the whole month they are taking around 20 days, 25 days later that will discharge. Because that's the reason always you remember to have the very nourishment and rich food, which will be the more nutritious to your body system, that will promote to liver. The liver is essential to promote your uterus. But however, there are the points are there. Here is the liver 3 and then spleen 8, sp8. Both the points are good to provide the energy to the liver. At the same time, when there is a excessive bleeding is there, that time to control the bleeding, there is a point is here, definitely spleen 1 point will be helpful, right? Spleen 8 to regulate the menstruation, spleen 1 to control the bleeding. Next. So there are the Sujok rings. So normally this is, you can get it through the Amazon. Definitely these are the different kinds of the rings, but however the colors are different, but the physiology functions are same. You just use the Sujok. This called as a Sujok ring. So we need to activate to all the fingers in our hand. So you look at about the right and left, all the 10 fingers we need to activate to regulate, because each and every gland in our body is regulated by one finger. Because of when we look at about the Pancha Mahabhuta or the 5 primordial forces or elements existing on our body. So these 5 elements are the 5 organs, are the 5 endocrine glands. So these 5 fingers included the 7 glands. So once you keep activating the ring precisely, so each day for the morning 1 minute for the each finger, in that way 5 minutes for this and 5 minutes for this. If you spend minimum 5 to 10 minutes to regulate your by using the Sujok rings is the activation, this you are increasing. What I told you, acupuncture, nearly 409 acupuncture points are existing. When we look at about the very precisely 200 acupuncture points are existing in our body, but all are connected to the micro system of the acupuncture. So these fingers having the micro meridian, spiral meridian, so this horizontal meridian, vertical meridian on the fingers. Once you activate this continuously a minute, definitely you have the great impact to regulate our body system in the natural form. People says I have the hormone imbalance, and most of the women, girls, and goes to the doctor says you have hormonal imbalance causing the mustache, causing the beards under the chin. So all are related to the hormonal imbalances. So keep activating this, and it is inexpensive and the super simple, safe and effective and economical as well. Right, next please. Next. So now we look at about the various videos which is existing in our YouTube channel. I'm not promoting my YouTube channel here, but honestly I'm telling you now, PCOS, PCOD, there is a problem and so many hormonal imbalances there. But there are the 2 YouTube channels are there, one for the academic level, the other one is for the common people, called as a Nature's Wellness channel is there. In that I uploaded the various videos connected to our overall health, especially for the women health as well. So please, you just go through how to regulate the overall health. Definitely you can find the answer in that channel. And also there is another channel called as a Professor Prof. Samiullah. In this also you can find hundreds of the more than 150 videos are existing related to the health sciences.
Can acupuncture cure PMS problems?
So, any questions, please?
Yes, sir. So, our first question is, how does acupuncture needle work in our body? Somebody asked this.
Yes. So definitely there is in the body, there is in the needle, nothing is there. You just apply the needle on the skin surface. There is the once you puncturing on the skin on the only on the surface, that promotes the energy to the central nervous system brain. The brain releases certain chemical substances that's called as a endorphin, encephalin, monoamines, and cortisol. So many chemical, serotonin, melatonin, dopamine, happy hormones. All our hormones are secreted by the brain. So therefore, once we insert the needle, that goes to the spinal cord. From the spinal cord, the energy moves to our brain system, where it releases the certain chemical substances. In that way, it promotes the normal, healthy well-being.
Oh, wow. So, can acupuncture treat fibroids?
Yes, we will look into that. Before that, what could be the reason to cause the problem, fibroid? So we need to analyze the endometriosis or something, the uterine walls or the fallopian tubes and ovaries connected to that. And definitely based on that, if there is the minimum amount of the few millimeter is there, definitely we can treat by using the acupuncture. The tumor is there or the fibroid is more than in the centimeters, 3 centimeter, 4 5 centimeter, definitely that particular time the laser or some other interventional, conservative other treatments are required.
Okay, so wow. Our next question is, treatment of PCOS is there?
Yes, PCOS or PCOD problem. In fact, honestly, I'm telling you, at the age of below 20 years or after 20 years, even girls and also after the marriage, women are getting the problem of this issue. But initially, I wanted to tell you, if the small amount of the cyst is there, so there you need not to worry. It's not totally is the disease, but you need not to get panic that because I have the problem, then I don't get the consciousness. This kind of the mindset, please, you just eliminate in your mind. But normally, there is the problem is lifestyle disorder. So to regulate your life precisely, that you can automatically will reduce. How the your if you are overweight, definitely you just bring down or cut down certain things, and so maintain your body mass index. Definitely that is there is a solution. And also you just take more sattvic food rather than junk food or the hotel food or the fast food can be reduced. But there are the certain points I ask them to apply in our YouTube channel. There is a PCOS, PCOD itself is one video. So very elaborately I have given what could be the reason to cause that problem, then how to be done the prevention and how to treat that in the period of 3 months time. You can get rid of the PCOS in the natural form by sitting at home itself.
Oh, wow. Uh, Whether infertility can be treated through acupuncture sciences?
Yes, definitely there are the certain limitations are there, but still we wanted to see infertility, right? The word is there. What could be the reason to cause the infertility? Again, we wanted to look into that because of there is the structural problems in the uterus, right? Or the fallopian tubes, or the ovaries, or the tube blockages, or the eggs are not synthesized precisely, it causing the problem. Or sometimes even tuberculosis inside the uterus also leads to this. Everything is quite normal. Sometimes is unknown pathology, could not able to find out the disease. In that condition, it is essential to check out the tuberculosis as well in the uterus. If everything is, yeah, these parameters are normal, definitely we can, the woman easily can get the consciousness. Of course, to regulate all these organs, In the very short sittings also we were treated so many cases, precisely up to 70% of the results we got it for treating for the infertility.
Okay. So, what is the eligibility for acupuncture courses, sir?
Yeah, definitely there are the PUC science. Minimum PUC is required to come for the diploma level programs, diploma in acupuncture therapy, or the people who are in the paramedical stream or who are the already medical doctors or physiotherapists or dentists. Definitely they can directly join for our courses like a master level program in acupuncture, bachelor level program in acupuncture, and this kind of the trainings, master level training, bachelor training, so that every Sunday we are providing. There are the 3 years program, 2 years program, 1 year program. Diploma is the 1 year program. So in that way the people can enter after the PUC in generally. If they are the super qualification in the medical, then directly they can join for the various streams for acupuncture.
Okay. So, apart from the gynecological problem, what are the other diseases treatable like stress?
Yeah, definitely there is a stress and also head related issues. Anything you look at about the mentally strain and stress and the tension and the headaches, any kind of headache is not the one reason to cause the headache. The numerous types of the headache. So all kinds of the headaches can be regulated by acupuncture, which including the migraine and cluster headache and one side headache, temporal headache, occipital headache due to vision problem causing the headache, due to maxillary sinus causing the problem of the headache, so on. And also the Bell's palsy, facial paralysis, the hemiplegia, normally the one side paralysis, and also gastric related issues, thyroid gland related. Even the thyroid patients, we are treating without medicine, right? When we look at about the shoulder pain, cervical pain, back pain, knee pain, and neuropathy conditions, diabetes patient, they don't feel any sensation or the burning foot, all are connected to this. So known and unknown, most of the diseases can be treatable by acupuncture.
Oh, wow, sir. That's amazing. So, our viewers would like to know whether acupuncture therapy is recognized by WHO and Health Ministry.
Yeah, definitely. The World Health Organization in 1979 in Geneva has been recognized that this is the acupuncture is the safest therapy, and also it is the absence of side effects. There is no side effects as per the WHO. So therefore, even in the government of India, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, in 2003, 2010, 2018, given the orders that the medical doctors can practice acupuncture, like modern medicine doctors or the Ayush doctors, BAMS, BOMS, BHMS, BNYS, so on, and also the physiotherapists and dental doctors also can practice acupuncture, or the appropriately trained personnel can practice acupuncture. Right. So in this case, what are the difference between the these practitioners? The medical doctors can incorporate it as according to their subject. They can use this also as a therapy, and also the people who are coming the non-medical background also they can practice as a therapist. They should not prefix as a doctor. Right.
Yes, yes, yes. So, can acupuncture makes women self-healer and their family members or relatives,
In fact,
friends?
this is a very, very crucial for this question for all the your viewers. So I wanted to tell you because acupuncture and acupressure and massage. So these are the three sectors. Especially if you can take up the personal training on acupuncture, definitely you can treat yourself and treat for the society. So if you are having the phobia, but nothing is painful, definitely in the beginning everyone has some amount of the phobia. But if you wanted to incorporate it, learn acupuncture, and you wanted to treat by acupressure, there is no harm in that by giving the massage on the specific region. When we look at about the PCOS, all the women related diseases, I wanted to give you small tips to your viewers that there is the point located below the leg region, below the knee, and above the ankle region. The point name is spleen 6, sp6 point. You just type it on the Google, you will find the location, and anything related to the pelvic related diseases. You understand? Below the navel or below the chest. If you look at about the below the chest, anything, any connectivity problem is there, because that point is connecting to one single point treatable for three internal organs in our body. So those are spleen, liver, and kidney. The three related conditions can be treatable by activating the single point, where four fingers above from the medial malleolus of the ankle. So you just give the pressure on that particular region. So many, you will look amazing if the dysmenorrhea or the menses related issues every day for 2 to 3 minutes. Not only that, but it is useful for your memory, it's useful for your digestion, it's useful for your low back pain, it's useful for your metabolism. Now so many hundreds of diseases can be treatable by using the single point, that point to be called as a SP6 or the spleen 6 point. So definitely they have the chances. If you can learn this acupressure and then you can implement in your day-to-day life, that really, because not only applying the pressure, you will going to understand something different to analyze about the disease. No, Western diseases are different, and here analyzings are different in the traditional medicine. So therefore, you will feel amazing when you understand and learn and practice in your home and also for the society. Yes.
Very nice, sir. So, thank you for joining When India for today's session, sir. And hope we were able to solve and clear some doubts about acupuncture of our viewers.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
sincerely thankful to all of you, since being a man and you have given the in the Women Day, you have given the opportunity me to express few words on the women's health. And definitely this, because of the short period, I would like to address, I address it very rapid level. But however, the When India, because I wanted to give you some information to all your viewers, but what the job you people are started doing as the Women Empowerment Network Association of India is doing the great job. I request to all your women, so will going to join as a member in your association. That will be really added advantage to keeping the attending the various exhibitions and seminars and promoting yourself economically and socially, and development of upliftment of your women. Right, at the same time, you have the great opportunity for all the women, not only to travel to the across the country, even across globally. You can practice and tell the good, because of the aims and objectives is the knowledge and the social and empowerment, at the same time giving the free medication or the free treatment or the awareness camps about the health. All are essential. Today we are doing lot of mistakes, how to be corrected in the natural form. So all are doing through the One India. I nearly really I wanted to salute you, because of the Ministry of the Women Empowerment and also Child Health Care to be taken place. This kind of the activities that they are also doing precisely. You also initiated this, and if we will be in our family. So I request Dr. Anis Fatima will be your When India member today itself. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, and after a lot of requests received from our viewers, we are hosting Sagar Sharma, who is a cricketer, his second session on 10th March. So, stay tuned and bye for now.